My name is Evelyn. Rosie already introduced me. So I'm here today to share how we operationalize UDL in technology enable learning through real design work. And Rosie will join me after, and I will invite her to join me. And I will walk you through the flow first. So it's very simple, very easy for today, for item on it. I also did a multimedia thing, so please have your phone ready, and then I will ask you to, not typing, this time just selecting. So I will go through a problem first, and then I will ask you for some input, and then I will go through 4 case studies, and then that will be key takeaway. Because I know it's lunchtime soon, I don't want everybody to be too hungry. So the problem that we have when I'm working with faculty, we find out that like design learning is not just about the content, not the technology, it's about people. It's always people, just like AI, human judgment. But this one is not AI though. Oh no, we do have some content we created using AI. So there is a question that I want to find out, like what is your biggest challenge with UDL?
Exit. Go back in.
Oh, okay, thank you, thanks.
Refresh.
I'm in.
Oh, thank you. I was looking for it, guys. Thank you for answer. Oh, assessment design. Whoa, and time workload assessment. Oh, that one, this two is kind of half-half. Oh, I was so surprised you guys picked assessment design. I thought it's the time workload would be more. So let me go into my other slide. So designing learning is not about content or technology, which is I already said. It is about people. And yet when we talk about UDL, we often focus on framework and principle, but not what this actually looks in design. So in faculty development, the most common question I hear is, I understand UDL, we heard about this a long time, but how can I apply it into my course? Like simple thing other than like alt text, caption, those are the easiest thing faculty will do, but what about others? So at the core, UDL is about designing for variability. So this is the 3 things that is the main thing you may already heard about: means of engagement, representation, action, and expression. So engagement is about motivation and connection. Representation is about assessment and clarity. Action and expression is about flexibility. But the key question is, what design decision actually support this? So we go into the case study now. So for the case study, the challenge was faculty having they need to know when faculty coming on board. They usually go to the accessibility consultant to find out like how can they deal with the accommodation plan and all that. So they're having some static documentation before. They don't know what to do with it, so they come to me and asking me, can you do something? I want to make it more accessible, fun, or something easier for them to look for information. So what I've done, I'm turning that into an interactive navigation. I'm not going to go into this and click through, but at the end you can have a link that you can go have a look. So the challenge of it is faculty is all overwhelmed with the accessibility and accommodation information. Is way too much. And the design for this, I'm using Genially to convert that into an interactive component. So when they click into learn more accommodation, it's actually go into a question base. So those are questions that faculty always ask us first, and then they go with their question and then find the link, find the information to it. So what we have done here, I also have the accessibility PDF available for people who don't want to go through all this. They can go straight with the PDF. And UDL in action, what it is, for this is representation, multiple format, and engagement, self-directed exploration. And the impact of it is reduce cognitive overload, improve experience. And the next one, I would like to ask Rocio to help me with it. I want to give you a little background with it. The challenge was the passive policy training that we need. Our institution update our policy, and then we want to train our faculty to understand what the new thing in the policy, but you have to know that policy is kind of like flat text, right? So we have to redesign it using AI persona and scenario-based learning. And then we actually have a team of 4 of creating the whole things. And then the other 2 won't be here today, but I invite Rocio to present that part for me. So I'm passing my mic to her, so it got recorded.
Thank you, Evelyn. Thank you. Good afternoon. So as Evelyn was mentioning, the task that was assigned to us was to design an engaging, fully asynchronous and self-paced course for faculty about the academic policies in our institution. And as she said, new policies and updated policies. It also had another purpose, or we had another goal, that was to use Brightspace, or learning management system, to demonstrate good design, UDL, and accessible practices in course design and development, and also to utilize all the elements and all the tools available to make this course engaging and effective for learners. So one of the things that Evelyn mentioned is that in order to work on the engagement and to bring these policies to life, we designed scenarios and AI personas to guide us through these activities. So the AI personas were completely fictional, but they were inspired by our faculty and the challenges and the conversations and the questions that they ask about these policies. And we also used faculty personas from different areas. So we had chefs, we had nurses, we had business professors, so from all of the areas of the college, and with real world applications of these policies. And it's very interesting because we created this about 2 years ago, and the result was quite impressive, the quality of the AI characters, but I can only imagine how good they would be today. And Evelyn was the artist behind this work of creating these AI personas. But all the scripts, all the scenarios were created by the team. And as I said, inspired. And also, we consulted with faculty about their applicability and the relevance of these scenarios and these personas and their characteristics. Other things we did is that we used gamified elements and escape room type of activities to immerse the faculty into a scenario that was plausible to their realities and to the challenges that they face related to policy. We also used some of the elements in our LMS to create like this gamified experience, or like escape room experience. So we had release conditions, and we used badges and intelligent agents to guide faculty through this process and make it more engaging and gamified. Another important element was consistency, and we used a very similar format for all of our modules, and we gave clear checklists of the tasks and the quizzes and the activities that they had to complete in order to track their progress and to finalize the modules. And one other important element was using some of these tools in Brightspace. So we have something called Creator Plus that allows to present information in more engaging ways through checklists, tabs, accordions, for example, calling out important information, key information, and also giving faculty like a behind-the-scenes look into the decisions that we made and how they could incorporate those tools into their own courses. The last thing that I'd like to say about this course, one important element, the idea kind of slipped my mind. Well, we did get very positive feedback. So we had a feedback form at the end of our course, and great feedback about course design, engagement, and a lot of interest in utilizing these tools in their own courses. So I think the impact in general, as Evelyn presents here, is increased engagement, increased understanding and application of the policies in this course design. So, yep, is there anything else you'd like to add about the course? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Daisy.
Thank you, Evelyn.
Thank you. And we actually did this one in a whole presentation with CDAC. And then we have a demo video that we can share at the end. Then you can see the real course, what it does look like.
Evelyn, I remember the last thing that I wanted to say. I'll stay close to you so that the mic works. We have two mics for, record-keeping purposes. Accessibility. How could I forget that? All of our videos had captions. We ensured that all images had alt text and long descriptions.
And
transcripts as well. So that's another form of engagement and representation. Faculty were able to watch the videos, but they also had a text-based version of all the materials. And that is for something that we use as a standard in all of our courses, making sure that the course is accessible through screen reader and other assistive technologies as well.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks. She covered a lot of detail. I hope you guys catch it all. And then the next one, and then we take two more samples, and then we're done. And then the other one that actually UDL have updated version to 3.0, I think last year. And then I'm helping, because we have a UDL course and then on eCampus too. So I'm helping to update the material there. So what I've done with it, I updated multimedia, improving clarity and visual. And then that is in UDL in action is representation, multiple format, and engagement relevant example. And then I make all those as more accessible with current learning experience. And the next one. And the next one is also a course that we provided at our department. It's an accessibility course, right? And actually that course is created, it's Rocio and other colleagues to create. I wasn't the developer, but I was the multimedia developer in that to help him with this. So I just pick out one example from this. That is a video that we have done to explain what is the full level legislation and policy using beyond animation video. And then I'm not talking about animation here. We're talking about color here. Because when I pick the Vion colors, I just pick whatever they have, right? And the color looks good to me. But we're creating accessibility courses, right? So we can't use what the color is already in the template. We have to pick it using the color analyzer.
Color contrast analyzer.
Yeah, color contrast analyzer. And then we pick the color precisely, make sure that is over the percentage that for accessibility. And also in the beginning, we're using the AI voice for this. And then we have a feedback from faculty, they don't like it, they don't like the way it is. So Rocio also become the narration of the voice of the video. And for this one, UDL in action is actually, we make it more clarity and readability. And then the impact is improved comprehensive and accessibility. So I actually have a book about UDL. And then this is the 4 main points when you're working with UDL, what you need to do. So the first one is small design decision create meaningful impact. Just a really small thing that you did in your course, it can make a big impact, even though just I mentioned all text or captioning as the really minimal to start, not stop there, okay? And then the other thing is flexibility, reduce barrier for diverse learners. And then design for learners that have, not just for average student, is think about a little bit bigger picture, putting accessibility lenses to think about that. And then at the end is when you're creating your courses, this is the list thing that faculty usually forgot. The accessibility must be built in, not at the later stage. So when you come to like instructional designer, come to educational technology specialist for help, come in the beginning of the course design. So we help you with the design in the beginning, not after, and then we have to bandage the problem. And then one thing, the key takeaway today, UDL is not what we say, it is what we design. And this is the main part for today. We're usually creating static information into interactive access. So I'm creating an infographic for today's presentation. This is the note for today. And also this is the back of my UDL book that you can access the other resources. And also you can see this 4 sample case study on the book too. Thank you.